Hello, good morning, happy Monday and welcome back to my channel and the fourth episode of the Starting Over series. Starting in the car this morning because, as I've mentioned, a lot of my time management skills aren't quite up to par yet and I was running late this morning. I couldn't start this video properly until now, but today I thought we could have a nice creative crafting day. I really fancy just getting crafty, sitting, chilling, not really thinking about much and tapping into my creative side. My hope with having a crafting day is that I can get my spark back a little bit. Everything feels a little bit flat at the moment, and even though I feel like I've gotten out of a rut, which was last week's video, and being more productive, I do feel like everything still feels a little bit flat and I'm just not enjoying life the most that I possibly could be in the least dramatic way possible. So I just thought I'd take a day to myself. There's a few little crafting projects I've been wanting to do, so I thought why not designate a day to it, and I thought I would bring you along with me. So we're heading off to Sainsbury's to see if I can get some supplies that I'll need for the projects, and then I'll run through everything I want to do today with you when we get home. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're enjoying this series, and let's get going. I need wrapping paper as a background, and I think this might be perfect. Then looking at their craft supplies, any extras I might want. These letter stickers are really cute, but not really the vibe I was going for this project. Hello, good morning. Part 2 is the next day. I didn't do any crafting yesterday. I honestly was so tired and just felt so lazy that I just thought we'd pick this video up today, and that is what we've done. However, I do actually feel more tired than I did yesterday, and it's probably because I haven't done enough. So we need to get ourselves up and moving. So I've come to grab a coffee before we get started on crafting. Oh, good God. People drive exceptionally close to parked cars. Good job I brought my wind mirror in. What a nincompoop. Normally when I go grab a coffee, I don't need a coffee because caffeine doesn't really affect me, I don't think. But today I feel like I actually do need a coffee, and I'm hoping it will give me a little bit of a boost. So let's go. Home, it's time for it's time for craft number 1 of the day. I'm also feeling so much better. I feel like that coffee actually worked, and also it is warming up a little bit and there's a bit of blue skies, so I feel like the vibes are looking up for me and I'm ready to get started. I was going to show you on my iPad, but you can't see too well, so I'm going to put the photos on the screen of my inspo pics. And basically I'm going to take the 3 photo frames that were behind my bed and create scrapbook pictures. I don't really know how to describe it, but on Pinterest they're called scrapbook photo frames, and that essentially sums it up. It's basically just like a scrapbook style picture frame full of different pictures, different memories, and it's basically just like a crafty way of making a room feel more personal to you. So I don't really have a plan, but I got this wrapping paper in Sainsbury's yesterday, as you saw, as the background. I'm going to use the supplies I already have for my scrapbook and see what I can come up with that's cute and aesthetic. So the first step is to print out some pictures. Pictures are printed, which was surprisingly hard because I didn't know what pictures to pick. I'm now going to cut out the correct size of the card, and then I will stick the wrapping paper to it.
There were no rehearsals. Everyone slow motion.
You've got a problem. Not terrible, but it could be better. Do you know what I mean? I just don't really think I understood the assignment on this one. I think it's nice. I think there's definitely nice parts to it. I don't know if it's just because I made it and maybe I just need to sit with it. This is the aftermath of one photo frame. Could you even imagine trying to do 3 in one sitting? Absolutely not. Those photo frames came as a pack of 4 and I have the other picture frame up here on my shelf. So I think I'm gonna put the one I've just made up here and move that behind my bed. And maybe I need to get some fabric as the background instead of this dark wrapping paper, or just some kind of paper that is lighter than this dark red and pink. I don't think it's bad. I just think it's not the right vibe for my room and the right vibe for my wall, especially having 3 lots of these. I am now going to tidy up the chaos that I've created, and I'm going to put this up in my room and kind of forget about it. And then I'm going to get started on some baking, which I'm very excited to do, because that I know that I can do, because I'm just making cupcakes. To bake. I'm putting on my Bake Off apron. It isn't long now till Bake Off is back on. Absolutely smashing. Wash your hands. Let's get started. I'm following a Mary Berry recipe, which is my fave. I've also pre-measured everything like the true professional I am, because I thought we could have a little catch up at the same time. So I thought we could catch up about how starting over is going, as this is the 4th episode of the Starting Over series now, and to be honest, it's slow. Starting over and creating like a new life and plan and trying to get into a career, not going down a uni route, has been much more challenging and time consuming than I thought it would be. It's also not something that's easy to share, because most of the time I'm just sat at my laptop just like that basically. And that isn't even an exaggeration, I fear. So yeah, it's slow, but I'm just going through a phase of being so like harsh on myself. Are we sure? Oh, that's a tablespoon. That would have gone bad. That would have gone really bad. 1 teaspoon. Yeah, I'm just going through a phase where I'm just, you know, not being very kind to myself. I'm just being such a blooming negative Nelly. So if I seem a little bit different, or I don't know if it really comes across in the videos, but just kind of bear with me while I'm figuring this part of my life out, which is why I'm documenting this whole thing in the Starting Over series, because we're in this together and I'm just being very honest with the process of starting over, and it's not a seamless, perfect plan. I think I had an idea when I dropped out of uni that everything would magically fall into place afterwards, and it was this romantic and that girl vibe, you know, like I was like a boss girl for dropping out of uni, and in many ways I was, because I saved myself from deep sadness. But also it takes time and effort to create something new for yourself, and there is so much hard work and sadness that actually comes with that as well. It's not just like a perfect fix. Like the day I decided to leave uni, like my life magically got better. Like in so many ways it did, but in so many ways I struggle more because I'm battling myself rather than battling the fact I don't like the uni. I'm battling with my thoughts that I'm not doing enough, that I'm not working hard enough, that I'm not going to achieve anything, I'm going to be stuck here for the rest of my life. So yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. I just want to keep it real with you all. I also am very aware of, you know, not just being a Debbie Downer for 12 minutes straight. So I'm baking cupcakes because my mum and I are going over to our neighbours tomorrow morning, and we always take cakes with us, but I thought this time I'd bake them instead. So I'm just doing a very basic vanilla cupcake, and then I'm going to do a vanilla buttercream frosting or icing. We're also going over to our friends this evening because it's her birthday, but I fancy going for like a walk before then. I feel like I just need some fresh air and just some like exercise, to be honest. 15 to 20 minutes in the oven. Let's go. Out of the oven. I'm gonna taste test the tiny one. Cheers. They are so dry. Honestly, should I rename this video trying to craft to get my spark back, but it doesn't work and it dulls my spark even more because it turns out I'm crap at everything. Hello, good evening. It's a little while later on. I went for a walk with my mum and you'll never guess what happened. I opened my big window because it's been so muggy today, and my photo frame that we made today fell off, didn't smash, was fine. And then my favourite candlestick holder from TK Maxx, which is pretty much like a one of a kind, smashed. And that pretty much sums up my day, but I am going to decorate the cupcakes in a little bit when everyone's finished having dinner. But for now, I want to do a new mood board. Is it a mood board? A vision board? Not a mood board. What's a mood board? You may have seen, if you've watched some of my other videos, that I create these vision boards for myself and use them as my screensaver. So this is one I have currently. So they're just pictures from Pinterest and I use a layout on Canva. Sorry about the bad lighting, it is nighttime, but anything I'm trying to achieve, I'll type into Pinterest and then follow it with aesthetic. So for example, I've typed in Pilates aesthetic because I did that one Pilates class and I really want to get back into it, or get into it, full stop. So I'm going to pick a picture that resonates with me and inspires me and reminds me that it's something that I want to achieve and do. So I think I'm going to go for this picture first. This is of Reformer Pilates because I've always wanted to try Reformer Pilates class, but I've always been too scared to. I don't know why, it's just something about the machinery looks very scary. So that's what I'm going to sit and do now, pick out some pictures and then pick out a new layout on Canva. Here's a little close-up for you. It's just a collage of different pictures. So I saved it to my photos and now I'm going to set it as both my screensaver and background. And there we go. But it's nearly 9 o'clock. I'm going to go and have a quick shower. I'm feeling so tired today and like my body hurts, so I'm hoping I'm not coming down with something. So I know I need to get an early night and I'm going to decorate the cupcakes in the morning. So I will speak to you then. Hello, good morning. Day 3. How long does it take a girl to do a couple of creative tasks? That's the question, clearly. 3 days. So all we need to do is make some butter icing, swirl it on top, put a couple of sprinkles, bish bash, bosh, Bob is your uncle. So let's go.
Thought that I would be a bit at peace by now. Yeah, you're lying in the shadows of my room. Always heard your voice, I forget the sound.
And that is where I'm going to leave you off today. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'm sorry it was a little bit chaotic and pretty much a fail, but it was nice just to sit down and just do some things for me, and especially when the future feels so big and scary, it's nice to do smaller tasks that feel achievable. So even though the end results weren't exactly what I'd hoped for, it was still a very nice couple of days. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. We are taking a little miniature break from this series for the next couple of videos, which I'm very excited about, and I will see you next Sunday for another new video. Bye.